So I saw Spider-Man the other day. Yo. It's spoilers. I'm giving you the heads up now. So if you get mad because I said something you didn't want to hear, your mama, how about that? First of all, I loved it. It was the first time that I felt like they got the essence of Spider-Man since the Spider-Man 2. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't hate Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I hated the movies. I thought he was good as Spider-Man. I thought he was trash as Peter Parker, but that has more to do with the writing than him. The whole thing about Spider-Man is that he, in my opinion, is the best version of a superhero. He's what we think of when we think of a hero. Because unlike any other hero, really, he doesn't want to be one. Batman is Batman. Bruce Wayne is the Mask. And most of the people he fights, he doesn't have any personal connection with. Most of them. Superman is Superman. Clark Kent is the Mask. And while Superman is the loneliest a man could be, he's still Superman. And for the most part, he likes being Superman. There are some of his villains he has a personal relationship with, like Zod and Brainiac. But Spider-Man doesn't want to be Spider-Man. He wants to be Peter fucking Parker. Because it's fucking hard being Spider-Man. He's already lost his parents before we meet him, and then he's the reason that his uncle dies, and he can't tell his aunt that. All of his villains he has a personal relationship with. Norman Osborn, his pseudo-father. Harry Osborn, his best friend. Doc Connors and Doc Ock, his mentor. He's got to fight these people, and for the most part, he doesn't ever get the girl. Until he's jumped through more hoops than I have. And I mean, look at this. The best scene that really depicts Spider-Man is in the Spider-Man 2 movie. It was kind of in the beginning of the movie. It was right after Tobey had saved the day. And he is dragging his broken Vespa home past all these posters of Mary Jane. Like, that is Spider-Man. He's a 9-to-5 hero, but he doesn't even get the credit for going to work. And this movie really showed how lonely he is. That's the whole reason the spell didn't work in the first place, because he was like, no, I cannot be all alone again. I love how the movie just starts. I love the pacing of it. I love Doctor Strange. I know some people are like, well, why did Doctor Strange fuck up the spell? I don't know if you read the comic book, but he fucks up all the time. I love the way that they integrated the villains. I loved it. Especially the villains in the Amazing Spider-Man series, Electro and Connors, because they ruined them in those movies. They were awesome. But let's be honest, Doc Ock and Goblin stole the show as it comes for villains. They were perfect. Willem Dafoe is a god. And Ock, like, every time he was on camera, I was just like, I never felt like they were trying to over-explain things to me. And when Tobey came on the screen, like, not just the whole movie theater cheered, my soul was clapping. And it seemed like they kind of let Tobey create the character he wanted, and they let Andrew create the character he wanted, and they both fucking worked so well. Tom Holland's reaction to May dying and the other two Spider-Men being there for him and seeing in their face they understood, that made me cry, and I've only cried at like 3 or 4 movies. I didn't get sad at the moment when Spider-Man died in Infinity War. I never bought the relationship between him and Tony. It always felt fake and manufactured. But the relationship with Tom Holland Spider-Man and Doc Ock give me more of that, please. Same with Goblin. MJ and Ned, they finally got their relationships more closely tied to Spider-Man. The action scenes were phenomenal. We saw something new. They felt fresh. Andrew Garfield saving MJ. Tobey Maguire's back still hurt. And now we have Venom in the MCU, baby. I think this is the top 5 Marvel movie. I'm going to have to watch them all again to really see where I want to put this one. But it was the best movie I've seen all year. Ben, it's not even close. Now, they do take a lot of liberties with, like, comic book accuracy, but, like, honestly, who cares? As long as you get the essence of the character right, I'm good. And I think they did that. Also, the costumes, and we finally got some more Sandman, which honestly should have been the only fucking villain in Spider-Man 3. So, all in all, the movie's gonna hold, it's gonna get 5 cupcakes out of 5 for me.